everyone. This is the RAD show right here. We're missing one of our special announcers, Mr. Ryan Cross. However, you got me, David, and I'm ready to bring you quite the TV show for today. In fact, we got two guests here today that are willing to talk about a special topic, and that is the topic of essence for all humans, food. Welcome, Sarah, Luisa, welcome.
Hi.
So, guys, I'm curious, what have you been eating at home? Because normally we eat food at school, right? What have you been eating at home?
Normal food like chicken, meat, spaghetti.
Chicken, meat, spaghettis. Sounds pretty normal. Luisa, what about you? What have you been eating at home normally?
Some things in the oven and yeah.
Oh, microwavable things, yeah? Like you put beep boop and it's all of a sudden you got yourself some good old food, right? That's a good point. In fact, I've experimented a little bit with cooking. I've been doing barbecues in the evenings sometimes, and oh my goodness. Woo! You gotta love a nice juicy steak on the grill, right? Yeah. So, you know, we had a podcast about veganism. Do you guys believe in veganism? Yes, no, maybe. Yeah.
Well, I think that is a way of living that not everyone is prepared to. So I think the people that have the decisions to become vegan, I think they are really I admire them because it's really difficult to change your way of eating for new foods.
Oh, yeah.
And also because your organism is not okay with those drastic changes, but I wouldn't become vegan.
No, trust me, I'm a carnivore. There's no way I'm going vegan again. Yeah, absolutely not. I like a nice little solo meal on the parrilla, and oof, oh my goodness, we got ourselves a meal. But here's another good question. You know, we're talking about international foods. Is veganism an international cuisine? Luisa?
Yeah, because all people in the world eat things vegan and yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. Since you guys brought the topic today, international foods, what's your favorite topic, cuisine, and why?
I think mine will be Italian food because I like pastas and all that stuff.
And microwavable pizzas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine also, I think mine is also Italian, but I love Arab food. I think it's the best. It's really delicious. But
oh my
there are some special dishes that I really don't like. So I think it's a mix between Italian and Arab because there are some dishes from Italian that I don't like. For example, lasagna. I don't like lasagna.
You know, lasagna, you don't. Okay, so you like elements of certain cuisines per se, right, Sarah?
But the ones that I cover the most are Arab and Italian.
Oh, okay. That's you know, you're probably one of the first that put Arabic food there. I definitely, you know, hummus. You guys like hummus? Oh my goodness, I'll eat a whole jar of hummus. I'm lucky if it gets to the fridge. But hummus is Arabic, and I really love hummus. You know, for me, I'm kind of the same as you, Sarah. I like pieces of a little bit of every cuisine. And you guys have shared with me your favorite, but I'm curious. What is the one that you said, ugh, que asco? Which one? Which one, Luisa, was that?
Chinese food is I don't know. They like some things
yeah.
They're so disgusting.
There was a documentary that I wanted to show last year to you guys in the second term, and it was disgusting because it showed all the food that China eats. Bugs, insects, bats, dogs. Oh my goodness me. Yeah. But Chinese food, I hear you right there, Luisa. I hear you right there. But end of the day, a man's got to eat when a man's got to eat. Sarah, how about you? What cuisine have you tried that you were like, oh, what is that?
Not that I tried, but I've seen. I don't know from what part is it, but it's like the one that they eat in Dubai and those places. it's really weird. It's not the Arab food. It's really weird because it's a food that has a lot of species. And I think it's really bad because that species make them smell and have a really bad and particular smell. So that's why I think that food is really gross and really weird because the amount of species they add to their food changes their the way they smell. So it's really
I'm going to give you guys an interesting proposition talking about food. Now, there's that whole theory that COVID-19 came from a bat that someone ate, right? Think about this. If the whole world was vegetarian, we wouldn't have COVID-19. What do you think about that? If the whole world was vegetarian, nobody would ever be able to get a virus because you can't get a virus from a plant, right? What do you think about that?
yes, but we can have another things, for example, poison reactions to some plants because you know that not all the natural like plants and
True.
things can be eaten.
Right. That's a good point. That's a good point. Luisa, what do you think about that? If the whole world was vegetarian. Mm-hmm.
If we eat like is that o sea, we will not have like that virus, but we will have like other diseases that could spread as equal as COVID-19.
Yeah, that's a good point. There might be other things that we just don't know about plants that might happen. When you guys said international food, I was thinking, you know what, we can play a fun little game with this. So, Luisa versus Sarah, how well do you know international food? Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to share the screen, and you guys are going to see which the game is, and let me explain the instructions. You are going to have to, first it'll be Sarah, and then Luisa, then Sarah, then Luisa, and you guys have to guess, one, what country the food comes from, and two, if you're able to guess the name for points, yeah? And there's a total of 10, so think of 10 countries and 10 possible names for this food. So, without further ado, the game is on. Are you ready to compete?
Yes.
Yeah? All right, all right. So, have you guys ever seen this?
That is a French toast. No.
So, Sarah, you guess the country first, and then Luisa, and then, yeah? What country do you?
Is that I don't know in what country they eat that because it's like France.
Well, you said it, France, right? Yeah? Can you guess a random name for it?
French toast.
Okay, all right. Luisa, France, are you going to guess the same?
Yes.
And do you know the name of this?
The same.
No, it's not French toast. No, it's actually called croquet madame. Yes, I mean, you have to put a French accent with all the French food. Croquet madame. It's quite simple to make. All you really need is some cheese, bread, eggs. Every now and then you put a little salad on the side, but it's more like a grilled cheese, and oftentimes the egg is inside the grilled cheese, yeah? But very popular in France, and a really good meal nonetheless. Very healthy in the morning for breakfast, absolutely. So you guys are currently at 1-1. You both guessed France. All right, game is drawn. Luisa, you are first. What do you think? What country, and do you know the name of this?
That is like I don't know.
There's no brains in there. There's no, monkeys or anything. It's just a normal dish. Yeah.
I don't know. For me, it is like a mondongo.
Yes, mondongo teacher.
All right. So we're trying to use English names for these foods. Yeah. What would a mondongo be?
Mondongo is a Colombian food, so you can. It's like buñuelo. Buñuelo is buñuelo like mondongo.
Is it similar to like ajiaco or no?
No, teacher. So mondongo is a soup like that with a lot of vegetables and like fat. It's really gross. It's good.
Okay, all right, all right. I hear you. I hear you. But Luisa, guess the country. Guess the country. Let's see if you can guess
Colombia.
right. Where?
Colombia.
Okay, Colombia. Sarah, what country do you think?
I don't know. Mexico.
No.
But that looks like a hot
Thailand.
dog.
Thailand. It's called the Tom Yum. I like that name, the Tom Yum. It's very good. And what I like about it is Asian food, they have lots of spices. And that is an incredibly spicy dish right there. It's called the Tom Yum. It's very, spicy. As you can tell, there's some red peppers in there, mushrooms. Looks really tasty. And I promise you, it looks disgusting because you think of the Colombian dish, but it is incredibly tasty. I promise you that. All right, all right. Back to Sarah. You're going to guess the next one. Nobody is still, the game is 1-1 at the moment.
What is that, teacher?
Well, you got to guess the country. Where do you think it comes from?
China.
China. But look what we got here. We got ourselves some eggs. We got some broccoli. China does not eat vegetables. I'll say that. They don't, or they're not very big into vegetables. Yeah. What do you think?
¿Qué es eso? Teacher, but what are that? That are chicken legs.
Nope. Bacalao. Oh, I just gave the name. It's not chicken leg. Put it that way.
Something with beef.
Okay, all right, you're right, but it's not a meat, it's a fish that you put in there. So what country are you going to guess? And look, there's a glass of wine in the background as well. And this goes to the audience as well. If you think you got it, mention it. No? Just guess a country, any country, Sarah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Don't worry, you're only competing against Luisa. No one else. This is not for a grade, so just take a guess. What country? Any country.
I don't know. Italy.
Okay, Italy. Luisa, what do you think? What country does this food come from?
I don't know.
Any country. Just mention a country. Well, let's see if you get it right. You're just guessing. That's all you're doing. Just take a guess.
Japan.
Japan. You know what? That's a good guess, actually. But in fact, Portugal. It's known as bacalhau. Yeah, you can tell by the wine glass in the background, right? And bacalhau is something that you put...
Everyone drinks wine.
Yeah, but you put eggs and you put peppers and then you put broccoli and the fish is cod. It's cod that you put in there. Yeah? All right. All right. So still it's 1-1. Let's see if people can get this next one. Luisa, you start first. What country is this meal from? This one's maybe a little bit easier. It's closer to Colombia. That's a hint. It's closer to Colombia. It's somewhere in the Caribbean. I think you'll get this one, Luisa. Somewhere in the Caribbean. Any country in the Caribbean. Any country, Luisa. Any country.
Luisa, when? Luisa se fue.
Oh, she left? Well, it looks like you're up first then, Sarah. What country do you think this is from?
Brazil.
I said anywhere in the Caribbean. I'm gonna let you choose. Guess one more time. What do you think?
Caribbean. What countries are in the Caribbean?
Ah, well, think about it. There's many countries in the Caribbean. How's your geography? Yeah.
We haven't seen that.
Yeah, it's in the Caribbean. I promise you. A little bit closer to the U.S.
But let me search the places of
No,
the Caribbean.
no phones, no phones, no phones. All right, Luisa, can you take a guess? Anywhere in the Caribbean, where do you think?
What is that? Chicken.
Chicken. Gotta love some chicken.
That is not frog.
What? No, it's chicken. No, nobody.
In America or where?
Anywhere in the Caribbean. It's a country in the
And
Caribbean.
why don't you tell us the one that are in the
Because it's a
Caribbean?
game. It's a game. You guys got to compete against one another.
But we are not but the game is not
Okay.
about the places in the Caribbean.
Jamaica. It's called
Jamaica.
jerk chicken. Yeah, jerk chicken. Really popular in Jamaica. And they often will put a little bit of jerk sauce on it as well. Extremely delicious. Extremely delicious. All right. All right. We're still at 1-1. Oh, what does this look like to you? I'm going to give you a hint. It's a country that is really cold. It's really cold. Sarah, you're first. A country that is really cold. Think of that. All you got to say is a country. That's it. And then we can move on. A country that is cold. And that was poor, but is now rich.
Finland.
Okay. Sarah says Finland.
No, I know.
Luisa, what do you think? Any country. A country that is cold, that was poor once and is now rich.
Bogota.
This goes out to the audience as well if you're watching this. What do you think? No? All right. All right.
No, the same.
Wait, I have another one.
All right. What do you think? All right. Which one? Which one, Sarah?
Switzerland.
Close, but not quite. Russia. It's called borscht. Very popular in Russia. Very
What is
delicious. You often, you know how you put crema inside the soups here? You do the same in Russia. But Russia drinks their soups. This is beetroot. It's beetroot in here, yeah? So very, very tasty. Very tasty indeed. And moving on, let's take a look at the next one. All right, this one you guys might get. Maybe. It's in Europe. It's in Europe. Yeah, it's in Europe. No?
Europe.
Yeah, it's in Europe.
A taco.
Yes, that is Mexican.
What? No? Look, you got this meat in there with some fries, and you have it wrapped around a pita bread. No?
That is a falafel.
The country is very close to where the falafel is from. But it's called, no? All right, you know what? We won't make it a competition. It's okay. This is actually from Greece. It's called a souvlaki. Extremely delicious. Often if you're looking for a late night meal in Greece, highly recommend a souvlaki. Very, very tasty indeed. All right. This one is a weird one. This is another country in Germany. Oh, geez, I just said the answer, didn't I? All right, well, yeah, I just said the answer. It's Germany, but it's called a Schweinshax. Yeah, it's very strange. When you go to a German restaurant, you ask for a Schweinshax, and they give you this. And it's like I don't know. It's a piece of a cow that they put together, and I don't know what it is exactly, but it looks quite tasty. I'd eat it. Would you eat it?
No.
No.
What? You said that you like all types of meat. Look at that. That's delicious.
No, teacher.
No, teacher, but that is no.
Okay. All right. All right. I hear you. I hear you. All right. This one I don't think you guys will get, but what do you think that is right there that they have, that they're eating?
India.
Well, yeah, it's a country in Eastern Europe. No? It's kind of like fermented and meat that they soak in a fermented.
No, teacher, that looks so gross.
Well, it's from Serbia, yeah, and they all eat it. It's very popular, Serbia, and we call it the pljeskafica. Pljeskafica, I think that's how you pronounce it. I will have to find a Serbian friend, and ask them because I have no idea.
And what is that?
Well, it's as I mentioned, it's meat that is fermented in a dark wine, and then you eat it. But it has a very sweet touch to it. That meat specifically, which is why it comes with a pepper on the top most of the time. And then there's some baked beans on the side because, well, you can find those everywhere around the world. All right, this one you guys maybe can get. I think you'll be able to get this one. It's more local to Colombia. It's not too far from Colombia. No, yes, maybe.
Mm, Ecuador.
You're close. You're close. What do you think, Sarah? You might be able to get this one, I think.
I don't know. Chile.
Ah, you guys were moving a little bit too far south. Peru.
Peru.
Choritos a la charraca. It's absolutely delicious. Those are oysters right there.
Ay, guacala, teacher, no.
What? No? Oysters
No,
are delicious.
oysters
love
are
oysters.
gross.
No, they're delicious. Absolutely amazing.
No.
All right. And what about this one right here?
Dumplings.
Huh?
That are dumplings.
They have a special name in the country, and they're not exactly dumplings. When I lived in this country, I had to make these with my hand, and it's a lot of fun because you have to put stuff in a ball, roll it up, and then you just kind of like fold it over, one thing over another. It's really fun to make with your hands. But no, take a guess at the country. What country might you think? You mentioned dumplings, so we're thinking Asia, right?
Yes.
Yeah? Well,
Japan.
Fun.
nearly. It's in fact,
Thailand.
Nepal.
Nepal. No.
Yeah, momos. And you put these in sauce and they're incredibly tasty. Very, very nice. So I think that is the presentation for today. And you guys did well. 1-1, but it's okay. We didn't turn it into a competition because you guys participated. And that's the most important thing at the end of the day. So before we leave, can you recommend one thing to the audience that they should try and eat during the summer? One meal, one international meal that you can recommend to them.
Mofongo.
What? Explain that to me. I have no idea what that is.
Okay, mofongo is like one of the, how do you say, like, for example, here in, how do you say a food that is from a country?
A cuisine. A cuisine.
It's from the Puerto Rican cuisine. Yes.
Puerto Rican. Oh, I'm gonna have to. How do you spell that again? I'm gonna have to try that over there.
Mofongo.
Congo. All right. All right.
It's super delicious, and it's the basis of plantain. So you can choose either sweet or the other one.
I like it.
And basically, it's mashed plantain, and they make it like a bowl.
Oh,
and then
nice.
Inside they put meat or chicken or shrimp or the thing you want. It's actually really tasty, and then they close it. So it's in a plate, and it's like a bowl, and it's like a bowl, and you open it.
I've had this before. It's absolutely delicious. I know exactly what you're talking about. Oh my goodness, yeah, I'm remembering now. Very, very nice. Luisa, recommend one meal for our audience.
I don't know. One of my favorite like dishes is like the wok. That is the one that.
Well, here's the thing. Wok comes in many different forms. What type of wok would you recommend? Which one do you like the most? You got chili wok, you got teriyaki wok, you've got paprika wok, you've got all kinds of different woks. It's all about the flavor that they put in the wok.
The teriyaki.
Teriyaki, quite a classic right there. In
Like
fact, I might try and order that next week. That sounds like quite the good meal to have next week. I'm going to put that down as a note. Eat wok next week. Oh my goodness. And I will be woke, as they say in the millennial language. So on that note, everyone, I hope that you've learned about some international foods around the world. And thanks again, Sarah, Luisa. You guys have participated very well today. You want to say any last words to the audience today?
No.
No?
Have a great day.
Have a great day. Now, those are some positive words for the day. On that note, let's wave goodbye to everyone and say adios. See you next term.